arm drag, which is going to be like the kissing cousin of the 2-on-1. Right, not to make it weird or anything, but the entire goal, push the wrist forward so you can pull the elbow, making this kink. The further his elbow from the hip, the weaker he is, all right? That's the goal. But sometimes you also want to take advantage by like getting this inside control and hitting an arm drag, right? So the way that you're going to do that is you're going to put 4 fingers over the top just the same, and it's just like before. Instead of boom and handing it off, I'm going to take this grip, and instead of handing it off, this is just going to shoot over to here. Now, when you shoot through, you're looking for that gooseneck, that false wrist. I'm not trying to grab it like it's a soda pop or anything like that. And I'm not trying to grab it just like this. This person will want their hand back. If his arm stays any kind of straight, easy for him to retract. Just, yeah, exactly. With the arm straight, you can pull back easily. As soon as I put a kink in it, it helps for sure. But if I can get my wrist behind here, now it's going to be like super impossible for him. If you ever watch gymnastics during the Olympics, that's about the only time we watch gymnastics. Anytime they're on the rings, they're holding it like this. Like they don't hold the rings like this or anything. They are literally like wrist draped over in this false grip. Right? So we're trying to take that away from them. So this pinch over the top, feeding through with this false grip and that little kink here. Once I do this, and I'm like kind of straight arming my arm here, try to get away from it. This is incredibly hard, right? He's not going to do it, especially not with good posture or anything like that. Now, what I'm going to do to make this one a little bit special, because I need to drag his arm across my body, is I'm going to kind of kick him away. I'm going to push with this leg, and that's going to allow me to kind of hip scoot out to the side, right? Now, whenever I hip scoot, I am trying to carry this. I'm trying to like guide and escort this hand over, because it was up to him. If I was lazy and I put my hand on the floor, he can kind of grab my leg and then turn this back into a double leg, grabbing my hips, and now I don't get my arm drag, right? So I grip over, get my false grip, and whenever I kind of pull on him and escape my leg, I want to switch from kind of this butt cheek whenever I'm here to my opposite butt cheek on the left. Right? So I kind of pull, he's going to pull back a little bit, I kind of kick him, and I'm just going to make this motion and kind of guide his arm over the top. Right? Once I'm here, you've got the same game plan if you can. Now, you also have, because my arm is trapping his arm well, I can actually shrimp and yank on his hips, and people usually fall down nicely. If your partner's a little bit more stronger, a little bit like they don't want to concede or anything like that, then we start to hop up. I make sure, turn around 180 degrees. Whenever I hop up, look what I do with this knee. Make sure this knee points down. I need to capture his hip. I know, like I talked about getting the ankle, but don't do this and then get the ankle. He still has like his hip poking out while I'm searching for it. He might make his escape. Make sure you get on top of your partner, all right, completely covering the hips, and then start to fish back and find that. It's just going to be better control, all right? And then from there, power half Nelson. If he rolls, you follow him. All the same things. All right. So, the very similar to the 2-on-1 game plan. Over the top, and make sure you keep that arm in there. There's a window. No big deals. Boom. All right. Sometimes you need a kick if he's really close. If he's trying to back up, type of thing. No big deal. You're gonna have space. Escort this arm over this hip right here. I hit my chin on his shoulder. All right. Right here. Depending on what you want to do. If your partner's a little bit smaller than you, not a major fight or something, just scoot and pull, scoot and pull. Take your backpack. If they don't fall down, they're athletic, kind of savvy. Hop up, make sure that knee covers the hip, take that ankle, and then from there, do what you want. Now I will say, if he's already on his elbows, a lot of times I also like to you can just take this handcuff and roll him back through. The power half Nelson a lot of times is used when his hands are on the floor. When his hands are on the floor, it can be hard to knock him down, so this definitely helps, right? Little note, sorry. Clap on 3, 1, 2. So, arm drag.